to the cloud, and we're recording. So I just wanted to say hi. My name is Jill. If you don't know who I am one of your leaders on the team. I'm super excited for tonight. I'm super excited for this whole boot camp that we're doing. This whole 7-day session is just going to be amazing for you and for your new teammates, to train them, to give them the best possible, success guide map that you can give them. And if you're new yourself, this is just like something that we all wish that we had when we first started, is these simple videos to explain exactly what we do and how we do it. So tonight I'm going to be talking about how we post. If you haven't watched the first video in our series, make sure you go back and you watch that, because it's going to talk about all of the basic things that you're going to need to just even to be able to sign in to your website and stuff like that. So make sure you go back and watch that and then come back to watch this video. Tonight, like I said, I'm going to talk to you guys about the way that we post, how we do it, where we do it, and just some examples of how you can start from day one with posting. So with your post, you're going to want to share about your journey, your experience, the way that these products have made you feel, maybe your customers' testimonies about how they feel with their products, and just talking about what this business has to offer, things that you've been able to achieve because of it, some future goals that you may have. Like I said, our products have absolutely changed a lot of our lives, a lot of our healths. So it's just something that we talk about, just like sharing. Say you went out to your favorite restaurant and you got an amazing meal, you would post about it. And that's what we do. We just share the things that we love and talk about it. So like, for example, I am obsessed with our coffee that we have. I know a lot of people that are on here love our coffee. So what I would do, so let me start off with saying what I wouldn't do. What I wouldn't do is post a stock photo of the box of the coffee and say, this is our coffee. It has X amount of calories, X amount of fat, X amount of grams of caffeine, blah, 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 because you want to create some curiosity. So when you're talking about the products, what I personally would do is post a picture of me with my cup. Say this is my cup of coffee right here, with my cup of coffee, just me smiling, or maybe a picture of it in the background of my day, and talk about why I love it. So for an example, one post that I had made in previous was, where are my coffee lovers at? Anyone else go to bed thinking about how excited they are to make their coffee the next morning? If you don't, then we need to talk about it, because my coffee is bomb. One of the key ingredients, which is my chocolate powder, hasn't been delivered yet. And I was thinking about all the fun ways I could make my coffee before bed last night, and I had a hard time falling asleep because I was so excited about it. So when I post something like that, people are like, what is in this girl's coffee that she's so excited about? And that creates that curiosity. They're going to comment or maybe message me down the line and be like, listen, I see you post about your coffee all the time. What's in it? I need to get it. And you're creating that curiosity so that you can have that conversation later down the line. Posting is just super important, because when someone goes to your page, they want to be able to take something from it, right? They don't want to go and they don't want to watch commercials. People want to see you. They want to see the real you. They want to see how you're using these products. They want to see how this business is helping you in your real life. So that's just the way that we train. We don't do salesy, spammy posts. In fact, we strongly suggest that you avoid those at all costs. People want to get to know you and know who you are and the things that you love and share about. That's how you're going to make connections down the line. So when you first get started, your enroller is going to give you an idea or maybe a script on what to post to announce you joining. Now, I know that with all of our different leaders that are on this team, you may have a different post than what I would give someone, than what Jackie or Melanie or Amanda would give to their team. But it's all going to be about the same thing of you joining this amazing company, because you want to put that out there. This can be scary sometimes for some people. And I know personally this was for me, because I was always afraid of what people thought about me. And luckily, through this business, I've learned that it does not matter. But when you first get started, that day one, you could be like, oh my gosh, like, I knew what she was doing, but now I have to make the post, and just that fear of judgment. But just to remind you that, the people who love and support you are going to love and support you no matter what you do. Like, even if you were selling dirt from your backyard, they're going to be like, you know what, you do you. And yes, like, let me support you. So, often in social media, we base a lot off of the amount of likes and the amount of comments that we're getting. And I just want to tell you from all of your leaders that people are going to see your posts. People might not like them. They might comment in their own head, like, oh, wow, like I see Jill posting about all of these things that she's been able to do, but they may never like or comment in real life. So never base like, oh my gosh, I need to delete that post because it didn't get any likes or comments. People are seeing it, they're watching you, and they're curious if you're serious about this. So they're going to continue to watch you. So just never feel that fear of like doubt or like, oh, did I not say the right thing? Because people are watching. Like Jackie just said, she watched the girl that she signed up with for months, and I did the same thing. I actually, this girl on Instagram followed me. I followed her back. I didn't message her. I didn't comment on about anything. But I just watched her, and I saw how, she looked so amazing, so healthy, and she had 2 babies, and she was able to raise them from her home, from her phone, because she was, working this business. And I just sat there as a 21-year-old college student who was working so much, and just saw her journey throughout this company. And finally, I think it was about a month in, I was like, I actually reached out to her at first about, I wanted to get the products to try for myself. And then she talked about this business, and I was like, I don't know what the heck you're doing, but sign me up because I need something. And so I did. So I wasn't one that was liking and commenting, being like, ooh, message me, tell me more, or like saying like, hey, I was just sitting there kind of as a skeptic and just watched her. But that's why it's so important that you stay consistent and that you stay posting, because there are going to be those people that just sit there and watch you. Actually, I just enrolled someone tonight who I had no idea she was interested in this business. We had have conversations before about the products. She had tried the products before, loved them, but the business just wasn't in her cards at the time. She reached out to me last night and was like, you know what? I've been seeing all of your posts. I've been watching you. I'm ready to do this. And she joined tonight. So just never give up, because that girl never liked any of my posts, not once, never commented saying, hey, give me more information. So I just wanted to go over that because it is really important. And, that day one, you can kind of just, week one, year one, you can kind of feel that like doubt of like, oh gosh, like I only got 10 likes on this instead of people over here, Sally's getting 100 likes on her pictures. It does not matter. People are going to see your post. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with like Instagram reels and stuff like that, but I had over 3,000 views on one of my videos, but only like, I don't know, 100 likes. But guess what? 3,000 people saw that. So that's just to put that into your perspective. Like, people are seeing your stuff, and they're just going to watch, and they're going to watch you, see if you're, being real and being yourself, and then go from there. So just wanted to go over that. Okay, so now things to post, and where to post them and how. So there's 2 forms of posting that I do, and I know a lot of people on this team do every single day. First is I post in my stories. So if you have Instagram or if you have Facebook, if you post in your Instagram photos, in your Instagram stories, sometimes they push over to Facebook. That's great. You can also post in the stories there and then post the same thing in the stories on Facebook. I have some of the same audience. It does not matter. That's what I do. So what I'll post in there is I'll show things from my real life that's going on in my day, like videos of my dog. I'll drip in some before and after photos of people using the products and their results, maybe a written testimony that someone has written me and just sharing how much they love the product, maybe a video of me in the morning making my coffee so they see I'm a real person. I get up, I make my coffee every day. This is how I make it. Maybe at nighttime, I'm making my sleepy time tea and I'm just showing them, hey, cheers. I hope everyone has a good night. I know I'm gonna, because this sleepy time tea is the greatest thing ever. And so just, using that stories platform as to like show people who I am in a day in the life of me and how I've been able to incorporate this business and these products into my everyday life. So there's mornings where I'll be on a Zoom and I have my coffee in my hand and I'll take my phone and I'll post a video of me drinking my coffee while working, while sitting on my couch in the morning, and just being able to do that where before I was a teacher. So I showed my day as a teacher and then coming home at night and being able to work this. So just being able to show you and your story throughout your story. So that's one of the ways that I post. And then the other thing, let me go back to that. So we have a lot of before and afters, product information, and, business wise, like stories from other people on our team pages. So in every team page, there's either a link where you can find stories. There might be photo albums. Another great form of that is Pinterest. It works, has a bunch of photos on there. Again, just avoid those like salesy, spammy photo like things. I mean, we all know what they look like, that, that bling and just too much. Just, if you don't know, make sure you ask, because we just try to always avoid those. So yeah, on our team pages, Pinterest, I know there's a link to an app called Telegram on some of our pages. That's been awesome. So that has a ton of stories that you can use. We put these things out there for you guys to utilize. So like, you do not have to ask permission, like, hey, I saw this picture in a photo album that's on the team page. Can I use it? Yes. Unless it says avoid, do not use this picture. Of course, you can use it. So then the other thing that I do is I post in my feed. I post in my feed daily, whether it's, like I said, talking about the products. I shared about how I posted about coffee one day, or talking about the business opportunity and how, throughout these last 4 years that I've been in this business, my life has been able to change. When I first started this, I used to talk about how I can't wait to make an extra $100 to $200 just to be able to leave my babysitting job that I didn't want to be in. And that has now grown into me being able to stay home full time while pregnant and going through, morning sickness and pregnancy, and talking about how this business has allowed me to grow my income, grow my mind, grow my faith, and just grow as a human being. And people see that, and especially those people that were with me since day one on this journey through social media. That I love social media for this reason, because through your posts, you get to connect to so many other people. And by sharing your story, even if you don't think it does, it inspires so many people. So, all right, you're brand new. So like, what do you post, right? Because you're like, okay, I don't know if I have a story. The second you press start, you have a story. Why did you do it? Why did you press start? What is your goals? What are you going towards? So just put that in the back of your mind. And I'm going to give some examples. So if you don't have a paper and pencil right now or your phone out, I definitely suggest doing that, because I'm going to give about 25 topics or ideas that you or your brand new distributor can post. They don't need to have accomplished anything yet to be able to post about these specific things. If you don't have a notebook or whatever, I will make sure that I get this out to all of the leaders on this page so that they can post it on their team page, so that it's accessible to you guys. So one of the first things that you can post about is your excitement, right? You guys just started something. This is a business. Like, what in the world? Who knew that you could start a business for just this amount of money? Depending on the time, it might be a different amount, but just, it's absolutely insane. And what you want to accomplish with this business, right? The doors are wide open the second that you press start. So your excitement, maybe post a selfie, maybe post a family photo, and talk about why you're excited that you press start, right? Another thing, the second thing that you could post about maybe the next day or a couple of days later is your month's goal. And this is something that you can do whether it's day 2 or year 5. What are your goals for that month? What are the things that you're going to accomplish? for me personally, I want to grow my savings account this month. So actually open up a savings account this month. So that was something that I planned on talking about this month. And that was a big goal for me. Starting small. Is your goal to make $25 extra this month so that you can put $25 in your gas tank? Because I know for me, that was a goal when I first got started, because I was putting $5 in my gas tank in the beginning. So thinking about, big goals, little goals to be able to share about. The next thing that I said was big picture goals. So, maybe just a month's goal, but then what is it? What is it that you want out of this business? So for me, I knew that I wanted to leave a toxic babysitting job. And eventually my big picture goal was to be able to be a stay-at-home mom one day. And here I am 4 years later, living out that dream because I put that out there 4 years ago. So what are those big picture goals to you? The next thing is the 5 things that make you you. And you're going to have to dig deep for this, because maybe you're a mom, maybe you're a wife, maybe you're, I don't know, a dad, a husband, but that's not what makes you you. What are the things that bring you joy? What are the things that you love? So for me, I love music. Music brings so much excitement and energy into my soul. So, maybe finding those specific people that love the same things. I love to craft. I have a Cricut machine. It is one of my favorite things to do and pass time. That's something that brings me joy. So, posting about that so that people can connect to you early on and say, hey, I like that too, and start a conversation. The next thing is, why are you doing what you're doing? Why did you say yes? Why are you working towards these goals? Maybe it's because you work a 9 to 5 that, there's not much room for growth with your paycheck. And so being able to, make an extra $100 a month to be able to go get your hair and nails done, that's why you're doing what you're doing. And so being able to share about that. Another thing is when you're getting coaching, like Zooms or one-on-ones, a lot of people are nervous to do something like this because they think that they will jump in and then they're all by themselves. And that's not the case with this team. And that's not the case with our business. Our team is a whole one team, one mission. We're all here to help you. So maybe you get started today and Jackie's your enroller, and, the next day she says, hey, let's hop on a Zoom together. You can take a photo of that and share that on your page and say, I'm so excited. I finally got to meet my enroller who got me started with this business. She taught me so much about the things that I'm going to be doing and the goals that I have with this business, because people see that and they're like, oh my gosh, she didn't just jump in and it's just I don't know what's going on. Someone's there to guide her. And that's what a lot of people's biggest fear is. Another thing is when you enroll your first customer, every big and small win you need to celebrate. So talk about that. Talk about how you're excited that you just got your best friend, Melanie, her hands on our skinny coffee, and how you're so excited for her to absolutely fall in love with it. Simple as that. There's 25. So there's a decent amount of these. When you get your first shopping spree, our company gives out $150 shopping spree when you enroll your first 6 customers. Talk about that. Talk about the free products that you just earned. People love free things. There you go. Another thing is your upline. You got started, an upline is the person that you got started with, or maybe someone that's above them. I mean, if you look at our leadership and our team, there are so many amazing, amazing people in our organization on just this team. Talk about them. Talk about why they inspired you to get started. What is it that moved you to say yes? Or, maybe to post their personal story. I mean, I can speak for all of us when I say that we have no problem with you sharing our story, because that's what people want to see. They want to see how other people have been able to move mountains and change because of this business and the growth that they've seen with it. Lifestyle posts, working on your own time, which is just so important. And like I said before, my lifestyle posts used to look at me sitting at work, drinking my coffee before going into teaching and, saying my gosh, I love that I'm able to just sit here like before the doors open 5 minutes and get some work in while I'm literally sitting in a parking lot. Whereas to now, my lifestyle posts look like, my gosh, I am so thankful that I'm able to work from my bed during this pregnancy, because it hit me like a ton of bricks and I haven't been feeling that great. And so just, figuring out your lifestyle and talking about how you're able to work this business into your own time. Share your fears, prior to joining and why you did it anyways, because people need to hear that. Maybe you didn't have any fears. I thought that I didn't. And then I looked back and I was like, yes, I did. The fear of no time, the fear of no money, the fear of, there's just a million. Talk about that. Maybe for me, like, I was working 3 jobs and going to college full time when I said yes to this opportunity. When I tell you I did not have time, I really did not have time, but I made it work. So talking about that fear of, oh my gosh, I really thought that I didn't have enough time, but I'm so lucky that this business has been able to, move and flow into my everyday life, and showing how I've been able to do that, and why I said yes, because I want that freedom. I don't want to be working 3 jobs and going to school full time. So just sharing that fear and how you've overcome it. A gratitude post, what are you thankful for? Business, life, personal wise. What are you thankful for? That's super simple. How things were prior to joining. I talked about it just a second ago, sharing, kind of why you got started, but, how things were to how things are now, like why you said yes. A friendships post, how you're building friendships in this business. I know times are a little bit weird right now with, not being able to connect in person, but my gosh, Zoom is one of the most incredible, like, network, like, I don't even know, apps out there that I get to connect with you guys almost every single day. Like, I sit on Zoom with 2 of my best friends because of this company every single day, and they don't live anywhere near me. Like, the friendships that you're going to make in this business are just like, there are no other friendships like I have, like this company's that have built because of this company. What has surprised you so far? I really like this one, because for me, I did not think I was going to be making money right away. I literally was like, am I making Monopoly money? I don't know. I don't really care. I'm having fun. I love these products. That was something that surprised me when all of a sudden I got my first paycheck. I'm like, whoo, all right, this is real. So, maybe something that surprised you was that you didn't before like the coffee, but you gave it a try and you actually love it. That was another thing that shocked me, was the coffee. I love it. And you will never catch me going through a Dunkin' Donuts or a Starbucks ordering a coffee, maybe a tea, but never a coffee. So it was just, that was something that surprised me. So what's something that surprised you, business products wise? Sharing about how anyone can do this, the different walks of life that we have in this business, whether you're female, male, whether you are 18, 75, 90, like literally anyone can do this, whether you speak English or you don't. Like, there is just so many people that are able to do this. So just talking about that, how this can be for anyone. It might not be for everybody, but it can be for anyone. Oh, I like this one, your favorite charity and what you want to support. Through this business, we are able to give back through our commissions check, but also through just, making that extra income. You might be able to give back a little bit more that you normally would be able to. So what is it that you want to give back to? Because when you open your hands to give to someone, your hands are open to also receive. So just, talking about that, and yeah, your favorite charity. The last time you borrowed money, and how will this business ensure it will never happen again? This one is a tough one, because I am a super prideful person and I never, ever wanted to borrow money. But I used to have a running joke with my family that we had a B of D, which meant Bank of Dad. Because if you ever needed anything, he would be like, okay, I got you. But asking for $20 to put in my gas tank, I knew I had hit such a low point in my life that I was like, I don't understand. Like, I'm working so hard, blah, blah, blah. Why the heck do I need to ask my dad for money? So when is the last time you had to borrow money? And of course, you do not have to go into full detail, but and how you will never make that happen again. I mean, my dad literally asked me the other day, I'm 26 years old, and he was like, hey, do you guys need any money or anything for like Thanksgiving? I'm like, no, like we got it, like we're good. And he's like, okay, sounds good. Like, and that just felt good to know like we're all set because of this business and the insurance that it's been able to give us. So maybe just talking about something like that, introducing yourself to your network, who are you, what makes you you, a little bit about your story. Like I said, the second that you press start, you have a story. So what is that? And then what are you doing right now? What is your view? So that's kind of like a lifestyle post. Like I could post a picture right now, take a picture of, this Zoom and be like, and talk about how I love being able to train all of you guys on this Zoom and the opportunity that it's been able to give. Maybe you're on here, you can talk about how you love learning and growing because of this business. How has your life changed in the past 3, 6, 9 months? Something that you've purchased because of it works. Post when your products come in, and then share something new that is happening and you can't wait to talk about and share about soon. So those are just 25 simple things that you guys can use from day one, going towards, I'm going towards year 5 and I can still talk about all of these things. So if you're ever confused on what to post, I am going to make sure that that is out to all of your leaders, because it's just a really good guideline and things that you can share with your team. But like I said, consistency is key. What we do is not hard, but it does take hard work. So you have to make sure that you're putting in that effort, putting in that work, and just showing up. So that is all that I really have on posting tonight. If anyone has any questions or comments, you can leave them in the chat. I am going to end the recording. So bye to everyone who's watching this.